Susan Feinblum. Hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, we're doing great, Susan.
We're doing shitty, because Skype sucks.
Yeah, we had a real issue with Skype tonight. I apologize. We'll actually carry on with this, and then we'll get you back in again. All right, we'll reinvite you so you can have you get a full hour. Okay.
It's all about you, Susan, right now.
Yeah, it really is. So, Susan, tell our listeners about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Okay, I'm Susan Feinblum, and I've just authored a book called Clairvoyant Psychotherapy. I've been a psychotherapist for, I hate to say this, about 40 years, and over this time I've been developing clairvoyance and weaving it into the psychotherapy practice.
Awesome.
And so what happened, it's an amazing difference, because I find just talking about issues isn't really where the healing and the transformation is. We need to go deeper. And people talk about spirituality, but really we all have spiritual abilities. We have the abilities, clairvoyance, telepathy, clairsentience, the ability to feel someone else's energy, to see energy, to hear spirit. These are natural abilities, but they're not talked about, so we don't know we have them. Nobody acknowledges them or validates them as we grow up. So as my clients talk about why they came and what their challenges, I'm watching their spiritual anatomy. I'm watching the chakras, the energy centers that talk about their survival, their emotions, their will, and higher abilities as well. I'm watching where energy is static, where energy doesn't move. I'm watching where energy moves beautifully, where their brilliance is. So I watch where their attention is and where their focus is, and the general energy flowing through their body. And so as we talk about the challenges, what lights up in their aura, in their energy field, are the roots to what they're talking about. Most of our current challenges sit on top of earlier roots. And so I help them connect the dots. I bring their attention back to these earlier wounds, and I can psychically watch where their attention goes. And as we see the same thing, as they see the early wounds, as those wounds come out of their energy field, almost like pictures at the age that the different events were, they make a recognition and a transformation. It's very powerful to have a spirit-to-spirit hello, as opposed to a hello just to the body.
Nice.
Take all that in, Jeff? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we hear you now.
Great. Was I cut off, or did you hear that?
No, we heard everything, actually. It's funny, yeah, we had like a makeshift, like a Campbell soup can set up tonight with the hold on.
We're here, though.
We are here.
We overcome.
So basically, I take people into a meditation practice.
Okay.
I'm very involved with meditation, and there's so many kinds. People are attracted to different kinds of meditation, but no matter what you do, it's a process of going inward, and it takes going inward to know yourself and to uncover all the rules and imprints that say what you were supposed to be or what you should be. Uncover who you actually are.
Releasing all those false beliefs.
All of those false beliefs. Those false beliefs are so powerful.
Yeah.
We put the boundary of our life, and we don't go outside them. It's very brave of someone to go outside them. And generally, we're not that rewarded for doing that by those that want any kind of control over our consciousness, what we do and who we are.
Oh, yeah.
So we could be pioneers to go outside it and go, wow, something else is true.
Yeah.
Something else is true.
Yeah, once you look at those beliefs and you realize the ones that aren't yours by your vibrations that you're putting out, I mean, if you're putting out a bad vibration, but it's that belief that you have that is holding you there, and that belief to you is real because you're supporting it.
Yes. I mean, there's much spiritual literature that says our beliefs actually create all the events in our lives.
They do.
And our beliefs are incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
We really don't outside them. I noticed I teach clairvoyance classes, and in those classes, I'll find some people say, I'll say, well, we just, covered this, and someone will say, I didn't hear any of that. I didn't hear any of that.
Good broadcaster on
When
cell
you start
phone.
to talk outside of someone's belief,
Oh,
they
that's
literally
good.
don't hear.
It doesn't matter.
Literally don't hear. So it's a process of opening that door to simply see what is as opposed to what you expect to see.
Yeah.
The thinking mind is the biggest boundary we have.
Yeah, so basically, I've been doing some work too on like how the mind works and everything, and it's basically how all thoughts are neutral, and it's the beliefs that we put into that thought that make it our reality.
That's right. And neutrality, just jumping into the chakras for a moment, the sixth chakra, which a lot of people call the third eye, houses not only the ability to simply see, but it also houses the ability of neutrality. So when you're neutral, you can simply see. But if you have agenda and expectation, you only see what you expect to see.
Yep.
So it's a brilliant ability to learn to occupy and enter that sixth chakra. That's the clairvoyant center.
Yeah.
Very powerful as far as challenging your own belief system.
Yeah, 'cause basically, you need to watch. I keep telling Mark this. If you can watch your thoughts for 7 days and not let your mind just go on replay of the past or what's going to happen in the future, if you can watch your thoughts for 7 days, you'll change your life, because that will be enough to make it part of you.
Absolutely.
That's all it takes?
Meditation.
7 days?
Yeah.
Where you sit and
Wow.
watch your thoughts.
Yeah, so
Profound.
as your mind starts to rattle on about all this stuff that happened in different ways it could have happened, you can't change your past. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. All you have is now. So the thoughts you're creating now are creating your reality for what's coming.
Live for the now, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's true when you think about it. There's
Yeah.
nothing more. And then it's like if you get mad at yourself and and you look down on yourself. Who's the one person that you've had the most dinners with, you've slept the most with, you've spent the most time with, you've talked the most to? It's yourself. So you better like yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing about tight boundaries and low self-images, when you put yourself down, is that when you do that over and over and over, that energy starts to build till it's almost like a little machine that starts to feed itself into you even when you want to change. So it's so important to begin to track the kind of thoughts you're feeding yourself. If you keep putting yourself down, that will amplify. It will just amplify enormously.
Yeah.
Until it just gets harder and harder to get out. So we can actually, I heard one day an evangelist talking on the TV, and he was saying, when you think something you don't like about yourself, press that delete button. And I went, right on.
Yeah.
Press that delete button. Yeah.
Well-
Cancel it. I've heard cancel from neurolinguistics, or the delete button, or pop that thought.
Oh, yeah.
Take the power out of that thought every time you realize you put yourself down.
Well, yeah, you bring it up. The best thing to do is you bring it up, you look at it, and you say, this isn't my belief of who I'm supposed to be. Beliefs have they have their own strengths that inside of you. They reward you. They say, oh, well, if you go outside of what I'm telling you, what if you find out I'm really true? The beliefs can be, you need to look at
They
them.
can be threatening. They can be
Right.
threatening.
Yeah.
They have a fierce level of control, and they don't want to let go. So it takes, for someone to really find out who they are, to simply see what is, to see for themselves, it actually takes a kind of fierce energy. You have to really want it. Or it takes, another way to put that would be a passion. A passion. That's what got me
Yeah.
into all this stuff. I thought, just can't be who I am. I'm passionate about finding something else. And I found a place where people were working clairvoyantly, and I just sat next to them for years as they did psychic readings until I could remember that mine.
Yeah.
Talent.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, I mean, a belief could be conscious, it could be subconscious. I mean, you could walk by your parents sitting at the table when you're 6 years old and they're talking about not having enough money, and without you even knowing it, that becomes one of your beliefs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, I mean, most of your beliefs are formed before you're 9 years old. So, I mean, a lot of these beliefs that, I mean, it's basically, it all comes down to vibrations, because I mean, we live in a vibrational world. And if you're having bad vibrations about a belief, that's when you need to look at it. And, you know, if there's something not going right in your life, I mean, there's the three major areas. There's health, wealth, and relationships. And if something's not going good in your life, you need to stop and look at that and say, why? What is my belief of this? And then once you look at it and you release it, you will feel that, you know, there will be like an echo that will come, and you'll see that same situation again. But it's the outer world, it's how you react on the inner world that is going to show that the universe that you've changed.
Yes, and part of it is when we're very young, especially if our parents are depressed or alcoholic or unhappy, we're so much wanting to heal them in order to have a safe environment. When we do that psychically, we open that second chakra, that chakra or emotional center just below our navel. We open it up wide to absorb their pain. Our household will be safe. And in absorbing it, we absorb all of their beliefs, all of their depression, all of their whatever it is that's going on there. So it takes a realization, especially because our family is so close to us. They're genetically linked to us. We live with them. They're the main source of feedback to us. So it takes some real work to separate, oh, this is their belief. They believe they don't have abundance and they'll always be poor. I don't have to believe that.
Exactly.
Let be me and let be them. Yeah.
That's exactly what you have to do. You have to take each belief as it comes up, look at it, and say, is this my belief or is this somebody else's belief? And your vibration, I mean, like I said, we live in a vibrational world. You know, high vibrations and low vibrations. If you're feeling a low vibration of any belief, you know it's not yours, because it's not your true source. It's not who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. And part of why I teach that meditation pattern is the first thing I teach is grounding, because most people don't know how to release anything. We think if I've been this way, I'm always this way. If I have bad relationships, I always have bad relationships.
Yeah.
So we need a release valve, and I call that a grounding cord, like a waterfall from the first chakra. And I start to teach just that, releasing and connecting to the earth, connecting to the new energy of the cosmos, of my own information, of my own guidance, so that I can get the internal energy moving, so I have the possibility to release these old beliefs and start to find out who I am. Again, it goes back to me, meditation, because health is movement. There's movement. You're growing into new arenas. And sickness is static, whether it's emotional sickness or physical sickness.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, most physical sickness is trapped energy inside of you that has no place to go, so it manifests itself into physical.
So you're saying that it's in a way it's kind of conjured up.
Because our bodies
and our early wounding that is part of those beliefs that actually is in us, conscious or unconscious, and it attracts new life experience to be just like it. So this trapped energy tends to self-perpetuate and grow itself. And so the idea of changing trapped and static energy back to movement is very powerful. It's how you save your life, as far as I can see.
Oh, yeah.
It's how you get the chance to be you. You know that Oscar Wilde quote, "Be yourself, everyone else is taken."
Yeah,
I
that's
love
right.
that quote.
That's a good one. I like that one. I might put that on my Facebook page.
There you go.
I'll get a few likes on that. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I mean, basically, yeah, I mean, what you're saying, is, and I totally agree, is that, I mean, energy, our bodies have enough energy in them that, I mean, we could light Fenway Park with the energy from our bodies. And
Uh-huh.
it's, that energy is always flowing through your chakras, through your whole body. So if there's one point in your body that it's stopping and it's just kind of swirling there, I mean, that's definitely where sickness comes from, cancer,
I think
everything.
Susan knows where Fenway Park is. Do you,
Yes.
Susan?
And I know cancer's been talked about as suppressed emotional energy, static emotional energy. When somebody holds an emotion back, you'll see the tension in them. You'll see the abdomen tighten, you'll see the breathing change. And if it gets
Hello?
really stuck, the breathing
Can you
gets
hear me now?
permanently changed till the body is not even sufficiently oxygenated. So many things come from the energy belief system, and then we manifest them into the physical body. It doesn't start in the physical body.
Can you hear us,
Yeah.
Susan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good.
We're just thrilled. Believe me.
we
We
thought
over
we,
another. Yeah.
yeah, we thought
Another
we'd
episode.
messed up with Skype again.
No, we're good.
We're good
We're
though.
good to go. We're good to go right now.
Good in the hood.
Yeah.
Good in the hood.
Yeah. All right.
Uh, I'm not a techie, and I had a Skype interview, so I had to have an hour lesson on Skype,
Oh.
how to work it.
Yeah, we had it was working, and then it just like 5 minutes before showtime, it decided not to work anymore.
Yeah.
We just could not reconnect. So honestly, we connected via cell phone right now, through the computer, but I hope we sound okay. We're audible, right?
You do, yes. Sometimes you break up a little, but you come right back, yes.
Okay.
We're like MacGyvers
So
over here.
Part of what I look at in a session is I'm looking at the chakras because they are maps of the spiritual anatomy. They're organs of the spiritual anatomy, and
Yeah.
they reveal so much information. If somebody is in deep survival and fear, they're not going to access their higher chakras. They're not going to access their higher wisdom, knowing, clairvoyance, their inner truth. They're going to be stuck in survival. So the ability to ground and the ability to look at it, sometimes someone has lots of money, lots of food on the table, lots of clothes and a home, but they're in survival because somebody sent an insult to them. And all of a sudden their whole world is upside down. So we get to really look at in each chakra what we're reactive to. Because whatever we're reactive to means we're controlled by it. And if we can hear somebody trying to insult us, and we're quite neutral, the person insulting us, that's about them. That's about, for some reason, they need to put us down. It's not about us.
No, yeah. They're mirroring themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's just they're mirroring
when
themselves.
we learn to not take things personally, but to simply see, if somebody wants to control me, they might do whatever they want to do to control me. But that's not my problem if I'm neutral to it. And if I experience the upper vibrations, if I'm clear with my clairvoyance and clear seeing, if my wisdom, I'm engaging my wisdom and my higher intelligence, I'm sitting in my truth. And the bottom line is, I know myself. If I know myself, then I'm not thrown by their insults.
No, like I was saying earlier, all thoughts are neutral. It's what you put into them that makes them reality.
Exactly. And where they get out of neutral is just if we're reactive, if we're in reactivity to them.
It's like even...
And when we're in reactivity, it's a great moment because we have an opportunity to look at that. What happened in me that I am in reactivity to that person? I get to explore a deeper level that I hadn't looked at before. So I actually have an opportunity at that moment.
Yeah, and then...
I can either stay in reactivity or I can explore deeper into myself. What's the wound in me that I need to take that personally? It's an opportunity.
Yeah. And then you look at people too, and who they are and why they've become who they are. It's just basically, I know this girl that she's like has like plastic surgery and all this other stuff, but her father was kind of like mutilated and all kinds of stuff. And so, I mean, that was her belief of beauty, that it had to be that way. You know what I mean? It's everybody has their own story of who they've become and why they've become that.
Right.
I mean, there's some people that will stay in abusive relationships because that's all they've known, and they're not ready to break free. I mean, like you were talking about the fight or flight that a lot of people are into right now. That's their fight or flight. It's like I'm more comfortable. This is my comfort zone, being with someone that's abusive instead of trying a new relationship that they haven't broken the cycle
And
yet.
while that, and I'm going to use the word addiction, while that person is addicted to that kind of thing, you can't pull them out of it until something in them says, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It may be a lot of black and blue marks. It may be whatever it is.
Yeah.
But if somebody gets ready and there's an openness and, maybe a desperation, but there's an openness, and that's when help is really valuable. That person is vulnerable and they don't know exactly what to do or where to go, and they're available for help.
Yeah.
They're ready to let go.
Oh, they
don't want to
definitely
take it anymore, and they're in a weakened state.
Yeah.
But they're ready. That's a beautiful moment when someone makes that change. It's a big change.
You can talk
It's a
to
big change. I've worked with people who've been hit and abused, and then generally what happens is the abuser cries and is so sorry and they're never going to do it again. You find that the person who's been hit is the one comforting them.
Oh yeah.
They look so weak at that moment, and they forgive them, and then it happens again that was just an accident, and then somewhere down the line they get it. This person isn't changing, and I'm out of here. I'm out of here while I still have my life.
Oh yeah, it's like, and then, like you said, I mean, you can talk to someone like that till they're blue in the face, but until they're ready to change, they're not going to change. They're going to keep repeating that cycle. Like you said, the abuser will say, oh, well, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. And they're like, oh, here's my chance, I can fix them. They finally saw who they are. And then the same thing will happen again, and they'll say, and then, and they'll just keep redoing that cycle. And, I mean, we're all meant to be here for joy.
In relationships is that we change someone. Hey, I'll marry this guy and he'll be different afterward. I'll make him different.
Yeah, he'll be different. He'll be worse.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah, he'll be different. All right, he'll be worse.
Yeah, never works.
Yeah.
Because
resist everything that you're trying to change and fix. Because people want to be loved for who they are.
Yeah.
They want to be loved, not.
And if you
There's
try,
people who are kind of addicted to getting together with someone they call a project.
Yeah, exactly.
A healing project.
Yes.
Doesn't work.
No, because
you just want to be loved.
No, there's no way you can change another person. They are who they are. But the sad thing is like I'm gonna go back to vibrations again. Your vibration is matching theirs, or you wouldn't be with them. So that's the sad thing. So this is something you need to look at in yourself that's mirroring this other person, because you're at the same exact vibrations for you to actually be together.
That's actually for the relationship that's working out. That's
both, bad or good. Your vibrations, whatever your vibrations are, you're going to match the person you're with's vibrations. That's why you're together, because your vibrations are the same.
Right. That's what you attracted to yourself to begin with.
Yeah.
People have a hard time hearing that, but our energy field, including where we're wounded, where we're static, it speaks. Our spiritual body doesn't fit tight in the physical body. It's beyond it. It's larger than it. And though we don't think we're all psychic, we read that all the time. If somebody's walking down the street and somebody else's eyes are on them, even from behind, people usually turn around to see whose eyes are on me. We feel that. We have a sense beyond our physical body. Our spiritual body is sensate. It has feelings. Somebody walks by your energy field, you feel it, you see it. So we have so many abilities that we don't know we have, and we don't trust our instincts a lot. But it is the emanation of our energy field that attracts to us that which we attract. It's not an accident.
Yeah. Hey, Susan, how do you suggest that one would become more in touch with their sensitive side, or should they go
Mhm.
should they go with their gut feeling, or I mean, what do you suggest? What would you recommend?
Gut feelings our bodies are so wise. Our gut feelings are incredibly important.
Right.
Our body knows the difference between a truth from a lie. In my classes,
Okay.
a lot of times, I'll say a simple lie. Hey, I'm hanging from the ceiling. Even that lie creates a little ripple in the body because the energy field doesn't know how to make sense of it, so it persists and it creates a little tension in the body. If we even played around with the concept of, hey, let me tell myself 3 lies and just feel what your body does. How do you know that a lie happened? Your body will teach you how you know. So then when you're out in the world and you're hearing these lies, you know it. Oh, okay, that's a lie.
Yeah.
So that's one very simple psychic exercise. Play with the difference. Truth, on the other hand, it doesn't make a tension, so it doesn't persist. It just moves right through. It feels comfortable.
There's body movements too that can tell you if somebody's lying.
Well, yeah, people train for that, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you can tell if their eyes look up to the left, that means
Right.
they're thinking of something from the past. If they're looking up to
If it's the right, it's a lie, right?
the right, it's they're making something up. If they're
Right.
looking straight across, they're thinking of something auditory. And if they're looking down, they're thinking of something that I forget what it is. I don't have my notes with me on that.
Yeah.
You were going somewhere with that.
Yeah, well, I have there's 6 of them though. That
The other thing is that, like I said, I'm very big on meditation. I have some CDs on Amazon that talk about just grounding, earth and cosmic.
Yeah.
CDs where you meditate deeply to start to get to know each of the individual chakras. Getting to know yourself by going inward, however you do it, is the most powerful way to open your sensitivities. If we don't go in somehow, we won't know what's in there. Where our attention goes is what we're learning. And if we choose to put our attention within, we learn a lot. We have enormous amounts of information and energy, enormous amounts of ability that I've been meditating for probably about 30 years, a little bit more than that.
Right.
And the amount of information that you get, it doesn't stop. It's like there's this growth curve that just keeps going up and up. It's so powerful what you encounter, the abilities that are completely natural. All we have to do is go in to start to explore them.
Right.
Taking classes where there are local classes. It's easiest to start a meditation pattern in a group that's guided to begin with, because everything that wants to control you to stay the way you are, when you sit down at home and meditate, all you think of, can you hear me?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we hear you. That's, yeah, go ahead.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
That's another caller, yeah,
Hello?
we hear you.
Hello,
Hi,
Peter.
wait, that's
Can you hear us?
That's our wicked weather guy.
Hello?
Hold on,
Hello, Peter.
Peter, say hello to Susan Feinblum. Say hi, Peter. Peter Lavasco, he's our wicked weather guy.
Oh, okay.
Hi,
What's up,
Peter.
Matt? Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
What's happening, Peter?
What's up, boys?
Not much. You?
How's it going on the Beverly front tonight?
Oh, it's going good. We had a little battle with Skype, but we
Yeah.
MacGyvered it all up and we're ready to go.
Yeah, it's been another nightmare. Sometimes we have to talk to you and straighten this thing out. But we're doing all
You
right.
guys got me. What's that?
So we're doing all right. You can hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, that's good.
Breaking up a little bit, a little echo, but
We're on a
once
cell
you get
phone.
used to the Skype thing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
are you on cell phone?
Yeah. It's a little rough tonight. All right, we get rid of the echo. So let's Susan anyway. Susan was in mid-sentence. We were talking to Susan Feinblum, who's actually she's very good, very interesting guest, Peter, and she's a clairvoyant psychotherapist.
Oh, very cool.
You
Yeah.
can use that.
I don't
Yeah,
know
you-
what that is.
Yeah, you should probably set an appointment.
Yeah, you should talk to her.
You guys are crazy. Are you on your third blue moon already?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So Susan, tell people how they can follow you, how they can find your work and get in touch with you and all that good stuff.
My website is www.susanfeinbloom, FEINBLOOM.com. And I have a class starting in New York in January, a
All right.
program. And I teach clairvoyance wherever there's a group of people that want to explore that. I travel to teach. And
Okay.
I do sessions both by telephone, long distance, and in person. So that's the way to find me. On Amazon, I have my book, Clairvoyance Psychotherapy, and my meditation CDs. Those are the ways to find me. On my website is my phone contact and my email contact. Yeah, that's how to find me.
Are you on Facebook?
I'm getting on. I'm so non-techy, but I have someone come in to teach me all about Facebook next week, so I will be on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, you have to friend
in
us.
another week.
All right, you're gonna have to hook up, friend us, Mark Legere, Jeff Legere, Legere, and we'll get you a lot of likes. We'll get you right out there.
Oh,
We'll get you
yeah.
lots of likes.
I mean, I figured it out. I'm like a 10-pound waterhead, so I can do it. So you can do it too.
Yeah. Well, evidently we haven't figured out Skype yet, but we're getting it. Right?
Skypes.
Oh, we've been Skyped.
Skype's a fickle bitch.
Susan Feinbloom, thank you so much for being on Everything Paranormal. We owe you some more time. We're gonna get you another booking soon, okay?
We'll get you a full hour.
Yeah, we will. Sorry about that.
I'd be happy to come on again. Thank you so much.
You've been
Thank
fantastic.
you. You're awesome.
Thank you. Susan Feinbloom, ladies and gentlemen. She's been a great guest.
Yes.
A clairvoyant psychotherapist. Check her out. And you can also listen to her again on our podcast, which is on djmwickedradio.com, Saturday nights, 8 to 9. No, what are we on now? 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think we're right on after the Wicked Weatherman. Is that right, Pete?
Wicked weather.
That's right.
That is
We have
wicked good.
Weather guys. So, you guys want a quick weather update?
Of course we do.
We don't give a shit about
Yeah,
the weather right now.
You
It was a
always
beautiful
give us
day.
sucky weather. Today was 80. How
Yeah,
come you
today
can't?
was beautiful.
Now tomorrow will be 30 and cold?
As soon as he comes on, it's going to snow or rain or something. Last time it was a tornado.
All right.
I just curl up in a fetal position every time you give us a weather position.
Hey,
All right,
let,
here it is, boys.
Pete, you go ahead. Less echo now, right? There's not so much echo now? Did you lose
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's much better now, guys.
Oh, it's crazy. We're
Tonight,
doing...
we're going to be humid tonight. Temperatures will be dropping down in the mid-60s, so it's going to be a muggy, warm night tonight. Actually, for mid-October, this is summer standards.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you want to have the windows open, let that fresh air come in.
Jeff
And
was...
we are Wednesday, 75 to 80 degrees.
Wow.
Dew
Jeff-
points will be in the 60s. Sun and clouds, increasing clouds late in the day. Could be a few morning drizzle patches or fog patches due to the humidity. Winds will be south-southwest 10 to 15. Could be gusts to 20 late in the afternoon. Then as we go into Saturday night, we might not even drop below 66, 68 degrees. It'll be a very muggy night. Thursday, we've got rain moving in, primarily western New England and early mid-afternoon across central. But we are here in Eastern Mass, guys. We can see some heavy-duty thunderstorms here after 5 or 6 o'clock Thursday evening.
Right.
And temperatures will be in the 60s.
So Thursday it's not going to rain.
Thursday morning, no. Thursday afternoon, evening, yes.
All right.
So tomorrow Jeff is going to be out in his Speedo.
Yeah, I had my Speedo on today.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, there's not many days left of Speedo weather.
I wanted to go to the beach today.
Today was a beach day. I was sweating my ass off.
It was nice
Oh,
out.
I
It
can
was
tell you
beautiful. Unseasonable.
The Haunted Victorian Mansion was a blast.
Oh, how was that? We were jealous.
I'm going there next week with Joni. I got to. We're gonna do some.
Jeff's gonna go do some ghost.
No. We're not supposed to talk about what we're gonna do.
Sorry. No more tours here, folks. Sorry.
That's it.
Well, things are all done anyway, right? They're
It was awesome, guys. They're starting to redo the place. They're painting inside, the interior. You know, got a special pass, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
I actually signed about 50, 60 books. People come up and asking for my autograph and signature. So I thought that was pretty cool. I got to
Look at you, big time Pete.
Wow,
Did
you
you see my
like?
picture on Facebook?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Celebrity now.
Look at you.
It's awesome.
Your date must be all starry-eyed that went with you.
Yeah, how'd the date go? First date, let's go to the haunted Victorian mansion, baby.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It's like, I know people there.
Yeah, right. She's like, I was getting interviewed upstairs in one of the rooms. She loved it. She loved it. She had a great time.
She says, "Oh, Pete."
Maureen as well. What was that?
And she
That's
said,
not-
"Oh, Pete, Pete, thank you. Oh, yeah, I didn't know you were a celebrity."
All right. Wicked weather guy, Pete Lavasco. Thanks for calling in, Pete. We're going to talk to you next week. Probably going to have you back real soon to guest host with us. How do you feel about that, all right?
I'd love to be there again. That was a blast.
Yeah, it's a drive right down 128, you know, it's no big deal. You can do it.
Yeah, right down the road.
I'll be there next Tuesday if you want me there.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
All right.
Today.
We all heard it. Next Tuesday, Pete's going to be on again.
We're going to investigate in the tunnel as well.
Yeah, the tunnel's not turning out to be as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but we can still check it out. If you come early, I'll show you it.
I'll bring my weather blaster. We'll blast our way in.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Come early. I'll show you where it is.
Do you travel in a weather balloon? All right. Peter June Lavasco. Thank you very much, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Pete.
Love you guys. See you later.
All right. See you
ya.
later. Bye. All right. This Peter, Wicked Weather Guy. He is on DTMWickedRadio.com Saturday nights live. Is it from 8 to 9? Yeah, he's 8 to 9. We're like in the good slide. He's right before us. 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, our next guest is a hostile haunting specialist. Welcome to Everything Paranormal, Laurie Champion. Hi, Laurie.
Nice.
Hi, Laurie.
Laurie, you there?
Oh, hey.
Hey, hi, Laurie. Welcome to the show.
What's happening?
I didn't realize. I was like, oh, they're talking to me. Okay.
Oh, we move things right along here.
Yeah, we don't mess around. We give you a good introduction.
How you doing?
Wonderful. How are you tonight? I'm glad we could get you on. We had a couple of issues in the beginning.
A very interesting week and a very interesting day.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I was going to be here tonight because we lost our power.
Oh, really? Where are
It
you?
came back on.
Where do you live?
We had a thunderstorm
Where do you live?
in Holiday, Florida.
Oh, really? Oh, you're getting into the hurricane season.
It was
Holiday?
bad. Oh my.
Is Holiday near Christmas, Florida? Christmas is a spot. It's a real place.
Nick Grinchville?
No, that's not.
I know this, but we're nowhere near there.
All right.
The
So,
closest place, we're near Tarpon Springs.
oh, okay. Boy, I wish I was. Well, today was nice though. Today was very nice.
Yeah, today was too hot.
unseasonable.
You know what? I'm ready for the nice 40-degree weather.
No,
I am.
Curse, no.
I am. Because I mean, it's like today's. I don't know. It's summer's over. I'm done with summer. I'm ready for fall.
I love it. So, Laurie
Me
Champion.
too, and it won't end.
Laurie, tell our listeners about yourself, who you are, and what you do, what you're all about.
Okay. My name is Laurie Champion, and I have been a haunts resolutionist for 36 years. I actually did
Karen.
it longer than that, because I'm not counting my Jersey time. I'm counting just Florida.
Oh.
But I help people with hauntings. I'm not a ghost hunter.
Right.
You'll never see me in a hospital or an asylum or anything like that.
Not a
I
ghost
don't
hunter.
believe in that.
Okay.
I frown upon it.
You frown
I
upon,
don't go looking for ghosts. I help haunted people.
but
People
Like
that
with
have
attachments?
wait, hold on. Well, we're paranormal investigators. We're not really ghost hunters, but
No, we help people too.
we help people. That's what you're saying? You go and
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
what I mean. No, you see there's a paranormal investigator, but there's so many people that their paranormal investigating is limited to going to an asylum.
Oh,
Yeah,
the public
Yeah.
places.
No, I agree
Yeah.
with you. You have to meet.
No,
up,
we,
yeah.
we do mostly
Make
private
these
stuff.
kids relive all the hell they went through.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, we agree.
We do mostly private stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, people call us and
So
say,
do
we
I.
got something
So
going
do I.
on, and we go check it out
I've
for them.
done,
Hostel haunts is interesting.
we've done some really interesting stuff. I've done work with lawyers. I've talked to murder victims. I've talked to missing people that are actually passed on.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of very interesting work on many levels. We don't do just the haunted house, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we might
The
do a
haunted
haunted
lawyer's
house.
office.
We might do a haunted house to go, to train somebody new,
Plus, we have a lot of friends
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
that we meet there, and we have a good time with them. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh, of course,
But,
that's
yeah,
a given.
all
That's a
respectful
given.
too.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
we take a lot of residential cases.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by haunted house.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
call
yeah,
it haunted.
yeah.
that's what we
You know.
do.
And we've done work with lawyers, with private investigators, people, private families that are trying to find out what happened to their missing relatives. And we've talked to quite a few of them
Like
that are
Betty
no
Hill.
longer missing. And they're deceased. We've gotten a lot of information,
Yeah.
And we do a lot of good work. We're so lucky. This is going to blow your mind.
Okay,
We
I'm ready.
actually have a Florida psychologist
But what?
that is writing papers. We have a psychologist here
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
She has been working on this thing. She's writing up all this paperwork to submit to the mental health board or whoever is in charge of psychology
Right.
to introduce the need for paranormal trauma treatment.
Wow.
She actually believes
Blows my
it.
mind.
She knows it's real. She went through it herself. And now, I have somebody, like if I have clients that have children that are traumatized from haunting,
Yeah.
I have someone who can help them. Someone
Yeah.
who believes them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we
phenomenal. That's a big milestone for the paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
I've worked with
You have a psychologist?
a parapsychologist. We worked I did probably only 2 demonic cases in my 10 years of doing this. And
When was the second
she
one?
was a paranormal and
I know the first one.
it was in
So this is a
Chelsea,
real mental,
Boston.
she's just a clinical psychologist. But she's treating the people who suffer from paranormal trauma.
Yeah. That's great. That's
Most
actually
of the
good.
mental health field, they won't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Oh,
No.
yeah, they don't admit to
Yeah.
it. They don't.
They don't want to get
They
sued.
won't, but
Right.
she's trying to change that.
That's good for her.
That's good.
And when she contacted me, she wanted information because she was writing up the thing. And I was like, "Are you serious?" She says, "Yeah." I was thrilled. I said, "I'll do whatever I can to help you."
Yeah, definitely.
I've got two of you guys there talking to me, okay? And I don't know who's who.
You have 2 what?
Us too? I'm Mark.
There's 2 of you there talking to me,
Yeah, I'm Mark.
I'm
and
Jeff.
I don't know who is who.
Yeah, we
I
kind of
don't
sound
know
the
the
same.
voices, so I don't know who's who.
But yeah, we sound a little bit the same, huh? I'm Mark.
I'm
He's-
Jeff.
No, talking to you normal.
I'm Jeff.
He has the bad Boston accent. I don't.
Okay, that's the Boston accent is Jeff.
Yes. I'm the good-looking one.
I understand the Boston accent.
Do you? Okay. Good. Because I don't.
Yeah, I got a man on my team named Boston. We call him Boston George.
Boston
He speaks
George.
Boston.
Yeah. He's from around here, obviously. Where's he from? Boston?
He's from Boston.
Oh, wow, yeah. We're
He's
from
from Florida
Salem.
now, but he's originally from Boston.
Okay.
And you can tell as soon as he opens his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I get that all the time.
Yeah.
We're from Salem, Massachusetts, which is about 18 miles north. The witch city. Halloween capital of the world.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Salem, Mass.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's great around
That's
here.
one place I have never been. I always wanted to see it, but I've never been there.
It's a lot of
Come on
fun.
up.
It's a lot of fun.
Take Route 95
I
right
heard
on
that
up.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, take Route 95 to your
I heard that
Hatfields.
Massachusetts is gorgeous.
It is. It's gorgeous. It's expensive, but it's nice.
Yes.
Especially this time of year
Oh, I
is
know,
nice.
I
And,
know.
yeah, today was warm. It was 68 degrees,
Well,
which
you
was
know what's good?
unseasonable, but it was
But
nice.
see, that's what I like. I don't like the cold. That's why I left
Yeah,
New Jersey.
Yeah, I don't like
I
it
cannot
either.
handle the cold.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
And, that's why I went to Florida, where it's warm.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
And
I
I
think
like,
that sounds good.
I like the South, I really do. I like the hospitality, I like the weather,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
much nicer,
I like the
warmer,
more
no
rural
snow.
area, I don't like the city.
Yeah, more snow, more bikinis. It's great down there. More snow, I mean less snow, more
We
bikinis.
don't have any snow at all.
Well,
We have
Baywatch.
no snow.
no snow, that's what I mean.
So,
Yeah,
I'll
Tell
tell
us
you
a-
something. I have a funny story for you.
what's that?
I think you're gonna get a charge out of this. I know I did. Remember I told you I had an interesting week?
yes.
Yep,
Well, I worked a case this week, and you're gonna get a charge out of this. You know, sometimes you do an investigation, and what we do is we listen to a lot of our EVPs as we go along to keep the party going, to keep the conversation going.
absolutely.
And then we always have more that we have to go through at home, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Now this is hysterical, because we got this right there at the investigation. We were at this nice couple's house
yeah,
because they were haunted. They've heard people talking, you know, they'd seen things. And I don't know, I have a sense for these things, and I knew before I even got there that it was going to be all relative related, you know?
yeah,
I wasn't the least bit worried. Well, listen to this. This is hysterical. We get there, and as soon as I arrive, I sense there's a woman there, an older woman, very, very domineering. So I don't say anything, because I don't go on anybody's ability, not even my own. I want the EVP to back it up. So we start talking to this lady, and she's talking to the EVP, and I'm happy now. I know that I'm not hallucinating her.
right,
And we find out who she is, and everything's going well. And I look across the room, and in the hallway, I see this little man. He looks Chinese,
yeah,
like Oriental.
yeah,
Now, the tape recorders are running. I say to this couple, now this couple is not in any way Oriental. They're Irishmen, okay?
okay,
I said to them, this is going to sound crazy, but do you know anybody? I see a man in the hallway. He's Chinese or some kind of Oriental. And we have the tape recorder running. And they both look at each other, I guess, you know, just in a moment to say, oh, because they know who that is.
right,
But he speaks. And when we play it back a few minutes later, this is what we hear. You hear me say, Chinese or some kind of Oriental. And he yelled, Asian!
oh, wow.
So see, I was politically incorrect.
Right,
You're not
that's right,
supposed to say Oriental anymore, you're supposed to say Asian.
that's right, Asian.
And he corrected me.
That's funny.
He actually corrected me, and the way he said it was like, Asian. I mean, you could tell he was mad
Asian.
that I called him Oriental.
He's mad, yeah.
I just thought you would get the biggest charge out of that.
Oh, I
and
love
when
that.
we played it back,
Yeah,
he was so loud. When we played it back, that everybody could hear it coming off the computer.
yeah,
And it turns out this man, this young man, the person whose house we're at, the client, he is a soldier.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
ex-military. He spent a long time in military. His best friend in the military was a Chinese guy, an
Okay.
American Chinese man. And this man that was at his house is that man's father. They were very, very close, okay?
yeah,
And I guess, you know, maybe he heard through the grapevine, or he came by and said, oh, look, they're talking to us. I have to go over there and talk to them too, you know? And he did, but it was so funny when he corrected me. You know, I guess, you know, people, they take their feelings and things well into the next life. You know, I guess they take their political ideas too,
I'm Asian.
their pet peeves.
Yeah.
Well,
That is
all
funny.
of your lives combined, it makes you who you are.
You know what I find interesting? Just in a nutshell, because this hour is about you, but I do, you know, living in downtown, in Salem, Massachusetts, I do ghost hunting tours, but I do the real stuff where I take out, I know ghost hunting, but that's really just, it sells, but that's not what we do.
What's your website, Mark?
It does, my website doesn't matter right now, citygoes.com. But I find that sometimes spirit learn the more modern day lingo too.
Yeah, because they hear it.
You are you are so right.
It's like, oh hi, can you say hello? And I hear like,
This is gonna sound
what's
crazy.
up? And, you know, it's like, you
This
kidding?
is going
What's
to sound a
up?
little weird, but
Yeah.
I happen to know two spirits in my town
Yeah.
where I live that actually reside in my neighborhood.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I've talked to them quite a few times, and these are spirits that have been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
They've been gone for years and years and years and years.
Next week.
And they have actually picked up
We'll figure it out.
things that we say nowadays that they did not say back then.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This is what I tell people, they don't understand. You know, people always ask me, well, how do you know if a place is haunted? Well, spirits don't really haunt people most of the time. Anywhere people have ever lived and died, there are spirits. They're everywhere. They're around us all the time. People have this idea that if somebody passes away, they're gone.
Oh, my.
You know, how many times you hear somebody
Hi, I'm
say,
Jeff.
oh, I wish Aunt Helen had lived to see the baby.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? She did.
Right.
She can come and see the baby whenever she wants. But people don't realize that.
That's right. Just
You
because
know?
they're not in physical form, they're still around spiritually.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm sure you
absolutely.
two have been doing this long enough that you know this is not news to you. You know this.
That's right.
Oh,
But a
yeah.
lot of people don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And like this
basically,
gal this week when we were at her house, she was in shock because they were given names, you know, well, Jeannie's here, Patty's here, this one, that one. She was like, oh my God, I know who all these people are. Well, of course, they're your relatives. You should know who they are.
that's right.
I love when I'm communicating with
Do you know
spirit and
why
I
they're
ask
there?
my name. They know my name.
You know why they were all there?
Why?
Because this woman is not in good health. And she's had a mysterious pain in her leg that she's been ignoring. And they're telling her, they were EVPs where they said, why do you have that pain? You need to go to the doctor. That's not what you think. That's serious. You need to go now. They're insinuating that whatever's going on there in her leg could be something like a blood clot or something that could be life-threatening.
Right.
They want her to go to the doctor. So, I always tell people, if spirit reaches out to you, there's always a reason.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? Some spirits give you bad advice because when you
Oh,
don't,
tell me about it.
when you go to,
Oh, believe me.
you know, a lot of people think that, you know, when you die and you go to the afterlife, all of a sudden you become this spiritual being and, you know,
become a
you're
saint,
ever knowing.
right.
You're kind of what you were in life.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
You kind of.
I mean, yes.
My mother still nags me from the afterlife.
Oh,
Yeah. 'cause
great.
I
You got
mean,
something to look forward to.
and it's still the same things that
They
she
don't
was
change.
probably telling you.
Yeah.
It was the same thing she was telling you, you know, when she was here, and it's like, all right, they don't make sense still.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, actually, at times, sometimes she's worse now.
Yeah?
You know what I think it is? You know how you see all this stuff on Facebook and stuff where it says, you know that thing that tells you not to say that I don't have one of those? You know, like the older you get, the more you will say because you don't care anymore. Like there's things you wouldn't say at 20 that you'll spit out at 50.
Yeah, you lose your
Oh,
filter.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
that goes even further, that once you've passed away, there's no limit.
Once you're
Yeah,
100
You
or
know?
something,
It's like,
yeah.
well, what have I got to lose? I'm dead. I'm going to tell her what I think. You know?
Yeah, you lose your
And they
filter.
will.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, that's scary. Yeah, once you hit like 100.
They will. They'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's funny to me. Every time I take all these haunt cases that people think are so scary, 80% of the time it's a relative. I have listened to more relatives chew out their living relatives.
Oh,
I always
really?
tell everybody, no matter what you do, don't piss off grandma.
Do you,
I have talked to more dead grandmothers than
Do you-
anyone else.
do you mostly use,
They'll tell you the way it is.
yeah, do you use mostly audio or EVPs, or do you
Yeah.
ever use a ghost box or anything like that?
I never use a ghost box. I don't
No?
believe in the whole radio thing. There's too much act for random transmission and too much bleed through, too much static, too much noise.
Yeah,
I use
well,
recorders,
okay,
regular digital recorders,
yeah. And you're
and
successful
I
with
use
that?
whatever it is that I have that allows them to, for some reason when I'm there, they'll get a lot more EVPs when I'm not there. I've never been able to figure out what it is. Whatever it is about me, they seem to be able to talk louder, they seem to be able to connect, and I don't understand it.
Well, how
You know,
long
I
have
didn't
you,
even realize it myself until a few years ago.
how long have you been doing this?
I just thought they talked to everyone like that.
No, how long have you been
You know.
doing this?
In Florida, 36 years, but I've had,
Okay.
whatever, I've been doing EVP since 1974.
So, yeah,
I'm an old broad.
you know, the longer you do it, the more they tend to communicate with you and feel comfortable with you.
And a lot of times they know you're coming.
But I beg to differ with the ghost box. That's one of my new favorite tools.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
especially during a live investigation where we want immediate, answers, so we can. We do burst sessions, real quick sessions. We do EVPs too, but ghost box, for example, things like
Well, see,
we were trying to establish like
the big issue,
Let me just say we were trying
the
to
big issue
establish.
I have with the ghost box,
Yeah.
you try to establish what?
We were trying to establish an intelligent.
Well, like
haunting.
over at the mansion.
Intelligent, yeah. We were asking.
Yeah, but see,
last
I
time,
do the
what
same
town are
thing
we in?
because
Salem. They're saying
I don't
Salem.
record for an hour and then play it back.
No, we
No,
do like
no,
we do
no.
like 10-minute ones.
No, not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, like
We do
5
I hook
minutes.
it up to my
4 or 5
computer and we
minutes.
go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go 4 or 5
But I
minutes.
don't like the ghost box because, number one, there's too much noise.
Well, there is a
Yeah.
lot of
Everybody
noise.
thinks that noise helps EVPs. It doesn't. It just ruins them.
Yeah. We
No.
did one though
Yeah.
over at
See, a lot of
I know.
people don't realize the way spirits create EVP. They actually do it almost like a radio station. What they do is
They do, but it's a whisper.
They take a sound wave that exists and they ride it.
But it's a
and
whisper,
they create what
yeah.
you call constructive interference.
Yeah, electronic voice
Okay.
phenomena is just a whisper, though. That's the thing with the white
It's
noise.
not. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No. See, this is the problem. Okay, most of the people that are working EVP now,
Yeah.
they started working it back in 2006. They really don't. They're so into their pictures and their full spectrum cameras and all this other stuff
Yeah.
that they never focused on the EVP. If you learn how to clean the EVP,
Oh yeah.
there's nothing better. There's nothing better. And they're not always going to be a whisper. Most people miss about 70% of all the EVPs they get because they don't recognize it, because they don't understand how the spirits ride the sound waves and how they create it. And there's
Right.
certain sound waves that destroy EVPs, like white noise. People are running white noise generators.
Okay.
You're wrecking your EVPs. They can't do it.
Let
And
me.
then when you have the ghost box, you have so much static, you can't even understand what's being said. You're playing
Yeah.
a guessing game.
we had one.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
not happy with that.
No, let me.
I want to know for sure.
Let me just say my thing. I was an electronic
Okay.
technician for years. I'm a real techie. I'm very good at EVPs where I can slow them down. I put them on wave pad. I speed them up when they need to be. I cut out noise. But I find that I can, during a real investigation where we're trying to help a family or a business owner with the ghost box, I think we get quicker responses because my ear is trained, where you have the white noise and then you have voices just under the white noise. Sometimes the more dominant voices are with the white noise, and sometimes you have higher frequencies. But I am learning, I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying about radio broadcasts, but when I get one that says, just last week, can you identify yourself, please? The devil. Clears everyone, the devil. I mean, I don't think they broadcast, or one time a couple of weeks ago.
Do you believe it really was the devil or somebody being facetious?
No,
Someone being facetious.
I think it was some, spirit that was trying to, some
wise-ass spirit.
a punk. Yeah, I do, I
Yeah,
really
because
do.
I
agree with
found
that.
over the years, even in a truly hostile haunting, which
Yeah.
is not as common as people think.
Oh, no, it's
But
very
they're out
rare.
there.
Very
There are
rare.
mean people out there.
We've only
And
seen
there's
a couple,
people,
yeah.
too, that are
Yeah.
mean.
Oh, no, I agree
yeah.
with
They'll
you.
try
And then
everything
you have, like,
because they know
wannabes.
what you're afraid of.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're going to tell you, I'm
Yeah.
a demon.
Yeah,
They're
no, I
going to
agree.
growl because they know
I agree.
that people fall for that.
Oh yeah.
I agree with you. You're right.
You know?
You're right.
But we had one ghost
I laugh
box.
because so many people will call me up and they'll say, I have a demon in my house. And I'll be like, well, how do you know?
Well, it's from
Because
TV.
it's growling.
Yeah, no, you're
And
right.
then we'll get over there. Sometimes it's the refrigerator and defrost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing we look for. You're right.
But
Exactly.
sometimes it's just the spirit who's trying to be scary.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just messing with
You know?
They're
Yeah.
just not nice people in
They
life.
get a lot of time on their hands.
But on that ghost box once, right? I asked my name a couple of weeks
They do that
ago.
one at a time on their head.
Yeah. So they may as well have fun.
No, they just messed. That's like the poltergeist. You have the 4 types of hauntings, like I try to explain to people. You have intelligent, you have residual, you've got your poltergeist, you've got demonic. In
Well,
between
I
the
have a
poltergeist
question
demonic
for you.
are very negative.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why do you classify a poltergeist as some special kind of spirit?
Well-
When any spirit, anyone, even good old grandma, can move objects and make noise.
No,
and
that's
close
what
doors.
that's what I was just saying, and then you talked when I was trying to finish that, is some of them gear towards in between the poltergeist and demonic. They're more negative. They're just negative. They're just teasing you. They're trying to scare you. They're trying to get your attention. So that's in between.
Sometimes, but you said a mouthful there.
Yeah.
They're trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a little secret here. Most of the time, and I've been working cases for so long, and I've seen so many people that had, when they told me what was happening,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, oh my God, what the hell has they got over there?
Right.
I had a case, and this is very, very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
This is why I enjoy my work. It was the scariest case I've ever had. When I tell you why, you're going to know exactly how I feel. I was there, and it was a grandmother. She had her grandchildren living with her. She had custody of them because the daughter had issues, okay?
Yeah.
Well, Grandma had
Exactly.
been married. Grandpa died. She had been married again because this kid had step-grandpa,
Yeah.
okay? Well, this guy had everybody after him. He even had an animal elemental spirit after him. When you're a person who hunts for sport and for trophy,
Yeah.
and you kill everything in sight and hang it on the wall,
Yeah.
eventually you kill the wrong animal and you piss off the wrong elemental and it comes for you.
I can
And
agree
that's
with
what
that.
would have happened. But you have to
Yeah.
realize why he had it coming. Every relative and his own dead best friend was at that house. They were pulling off the sofa, pushing him down the stairs. You wouldn't believe the stuff that went on. Turned out that he was doing something very, very bad to his grandchildren. And one of the ghosts there was the other grandma,
Oh
the one on
wow.
the other side. And
Oh,
she
wow.
told us straight up exactly what he was doing.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay? And if we had never gone there, he'd still be at it.
Wow.
Luckily, the woman heard it come over the computer. She heard it. She knew I wasn't making it up. And she knew exactly, and she said, oh my God, is she saying what I'm hearing, And she started talking to the kids, and sure enough,
Yeah.
she found out. And, that I'll never forget that for as long as I live. It was down in Clearwater, Florida. And, those ghosts saved those kids from a lifetime of abuse. But you know what? The way the ghosts were acting out, they scared the crap out of everybody in the house. And sometimes that's what it takes. Because they're like, okay, if we don't create enough fuss, they're not going to bring somebody in here who can talk to us.
Last week.
No. Right now. Yeah.
You would think that there were 10 demons from hell in that house.
No.
So it's not always what it seems to be.
No. Have you ever dealt with anything demonic?
I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've seen a lot of angry spirits. I have never seen a demon. I don't believe in demons.
No.
I don't believe in demonic possession. I think that the people that believe in demons are the ones that find them.
Yeah. The only case I think.
I think it's more of a religious. I look at it as more of a religious connotation than anything else. I'm Native American and Jewish,
Right.
so we don't have the whole demon thing going on.
Yeah.
And I think that regular spirits, human spirits, who are very smart and very aggressive, are creating so many scenarios that people take and assume are demons. They're
Right.
getting so much credit for stuff they haven't even done.
Yeah. I
I listen to people and I hear people. I heard a man on the radio, a demonologist. This was a few years ago. I
Right.
just about fell off my chair. He actually made a statement on the radio, and this is somebody who's famous. He's been on TV, and he said, anything that you see that's black, if it's a black shadow, it's a black form, it's a demon. It's demonic.
Yeah.
That was the most irresponsible thing I've ever heard in my life, because any spirit, I don't care who it is,
Yeah.
it could be your mother who loves you to death. At
Yeah.
some stage of manifestation, it's going to appear as a black shadow.
I agree. I don't
So
think
now,
it's, yeah.
everybody who's ever seen a black shadow thinks they have a demon in their house?
Yeah, no. It's not even necessarily negative,
No,
I
it isn't,
agree.
but this is what he told people.
Yeah,
And you
that's
know how many
not,
people believe this man?
yeah,
Because
that's
they
not
saw him
good.
on TV?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I think
See, the
because of
problem, I think,
TV,
is the
because,
people with the loudest voice in this field are not the people with the actual knowledge. They're the people who are the actors on TV.
I was just gonna say that, because of TV, I think more people, I know there's one show in particular, I won't name it because I know people love it, but you know, he's like, he runs into demons almost every episode or he's possessed.
I
It's
know
like,
exactly who you're talking
it's
about,
like,
and I
oh.
don't. But you see, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Who am I talking to? Is this Jeff or Mark?
This is Mark.
Mark, this is the problem, okay?
Yeah,
People who have the actual experience and the actual knowledge are not going to go on TV and make a circus out of it.
right,
Number
right.
one.
Yeah,
Okay, number two, most of those people who have been in this field for that amount of time, they're older people like you and me.
yeah,
They're not some young guy with, a slate board of ab muscles and
right,
tight
right.
hair and all this that is
Yeah.
going to pull in the ratings.
And good here, yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
People don't want knowledge. They want that,
yeah,
you know? They
yeah.
want Joe Muscle Beach there, who's going to scream and yell and run around
I
and
know,
freak out
we always see that.
and
like,
fake possession on the air,
yeah,
you know?
all the
That's
time.
that's what entertains them.
We always,
Okay? They don't want to see, Mr. So-and-so that's done this for 35, 40 years,
right,
who actually might be able to tell you something about it.
right, yeah, a lot of experience, yeah, you're right, I like
Did
that.
you ever look at the casting calls for these shows?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's
They
not,
put casting calls for every one of them.
yeah, there's no ugly people
And they
on
write
these
to
shows.
every paranormal team in the world.
Yeah,
I know, I get the emails all day long. And I turn them down all day long.
yeah.
See, that's what's good about us, though, is I'm the guy with the abs and Mark's the old guy.
With no hair. Oh man.
So
But
we
no,
fit
you're
in
right.
good.
But we always laugh about that in the TV shows. They'll be like, oh, they scream, and then they come back after commercial, and it's a spider or something. you know?
that Mary on the top of the
And then they have, you know what's funny too? On so many of the paranormal TV shows,
Yeah,
the paranormal teams who have been around since yesterday, they want to be on television. That's their whole goal.
right,
Yeah.
So they will jump at the chance to go on these shows.
right.
Where the more experienced people, the real veterans in the field, they steer away from the show. They know it's a circus. They're like, I'm not going to discredit myself by being associated with that.
Oh, yeah, we left a big,
Okay.
huge group.
And I know,
It's
because I
just
know a lot
us
of
now.
those people. So what happens is the teams that are on there that everybody thinks are experts are those hunters who've been around for 4 years.
That happened
They
to
don't know
us.
what to do with the ghost if they actually found one.
That.
But they're on there telling people that, or it's a ghost,
That's right.
and that's a ghost, and this
We
is a
love
ghost.
that group. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's a demon, okay?
Yeah, we've left groups like
Instead of
that.
curse word, it's a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Because
left
you know, only demons can curse.
Everything's a demon.
a big group, and it's just
Well,
me and
you know
Mark
that
and
they
some.
curse, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So if it says a curse word, it's a demon.
Yeah.
You never met my mother.
Yeah, oh, my father, you're right. He wasn't
Yeah.
demonic, he was just, well, when he was drunk, he wasn't nice, but yeah. No, I think they're more negative, or they're like, beating their chest, like, they're trying to be, I don't know, maybe in real life they were bullies.
Oh,
For all I
yeah,
know,
oh, yeah.
They're just trying to scare you, There one case I had recently where this one girl, she was more sensitive, and she was seeing things, and she was seeing pleasant thoughts and dreaming things, whereas her boyfriend was seeing these shadow figures, and they were kind of scaring him. What I was thinking, my first gut feeling was this spirit was trying to communicate with her more because she could understand and can communicate better.
She was sensitive,
and he
so.
was kind of
Right.
a jerk, and they were just trying to get him like, get away. But he wasn't. They were not demonic or negative. I think they were just bullying him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spiritual
Well,
different
you know
than
what it
people.
could be too? I think maybe the spirits, maybe he was a little cocky, maybe they didn't like that, or
Yeah.
they
I can see
sensed
that.
his fear. And everybody perceives things through the eyes of their belief system and their own fears.
Right.
You know, the person who is afraid of clowns is going to see a horrible clown in their nightmare.
I hate
The
clowns.
person
Yeah.
like me who's afraid of sharks is going to see sharks in her nightmare.
I like
Yeah.
sharks.
And it's
I'm
the
afraid
same
of my
thing with
ex-wife.
paranormal. If it's something they're
Yeah.
afraid of, they're going to see something scary.
Yep.
She's kind of a
You know?
clown.
Yeah. Psycho.
His ex-wife.
I'm talking about my ex-wife.
Yeah,
My ex-wife
not
I was
you.
talking. I said I'm afraid of my ex-wife.
She's
Well,
all
see,
the
there you
above.
go.
She's a shark. She's a clown.
Yeah, all the above.
Yeah.
Oh, it's oh my
She's
goodness.
everything rolled into one.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry. I'm over it. I really am.
I'm afraid of her now too.
Yeah. Oh,
You two kill me.
no.
What's your scariest case that you've been on?
Yeah, you have. What's your most negative? Tell us your worst, your scariest case. It's like he said.
My scariest case. Besides that
There's a
one, I
roundabout
just
way
told
to
you,
get
you know
there.
why that was so scary?
Good time.
Not because of what was going on there, but because of the position it put me in.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be in that position, right? Because, you know, people shoot the messenger.
That's right.
So that
Yeah.
was, to me, that
I
was
just
the
like
scariest.
mission.
I'm not afraid of dead people. I'm afraid of the living people, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's the living people that scare me.
Oh yeah,
But I
I
had a
agree.
case, I had another case also in Clearwater, where I think I met a murderer.
Yeah.
I had a spirit who's related to this man on the tape recorder. Thank God I had my headphones on. I wasn't playing it out loud. Thank God. And this relative was saying, he killed me. He murdered me. And I'm haunting him.
Oh
And
wow.
he needs to help me.
Yeah.
And he, all the EVPs, by the time the night was over, we knew how he killed him, we knew everything. So anyway, I said to this person at the end of the night, I said, do you have anybody that passed away recently, blah, blah, blah. Because I was pretending like I was confused, okay? I already knew who it was because he told me. And he said, well, yes, you know, and he mentioned this relative that died. And I said, how did he die? He said, well, he was murdered. He was murdered. And they really don't know who did it. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. I do. I gotta get out of here, you know? Because if he is a murderer, I don't want him to know that I know that he's a murderer. You know what I mean? I'll be next.
Yeah.
That really upset me. But again, it wasn't the ghost, it was the living.
Yeah. The living scare me.
That scared me.
That's right. Yeah, living people.
I'll tell you something, I think maybe the reason, I don't have a lot of fear, and I think the reason I got into this whole deal, when I lived in New Jersey as a little girl, my mother and my grandmother, after my grandpa died, they bought a house together in New York City, New Jersey. And
Yeah.
it was one of those amazingly good deals, okay?
Okay.
And you know the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it is.
It's usually the Amityville
Well, there was
horror.
a spirit in that
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
There was a ghost in that house, and she was unbelievable. If there was anything close to a demon, it was her.
Yeah.
But she wasn't a demon. She was an old ghost, been around for a long time. She died at a very young age. She came from Italy originally. She was a very pissed off Italian lady.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bitter and
Made a
miserable.
mean lasagna.
And she sent me to the emergency room 4 times.
4 times?
4 physical attacks, 4 times.
What'd
Wow.
she do to you?
Man.
I was 8 years old when we moved there. And what happened was my mother was not a well woman. She had cancer. She had to have surgery, you know, and she was recuperating and all that.
Right.
My mother and I lived upstairs. This was a 2-family house with a full basement. Okay?
Uh-huh.
My grandmother lived on the first floor. Now, in the winter in New Jersey, you can't hang your clothes on the line because they freeze solid. You know that because you come from Massachusetts. So we used to hang them on the line in the basement because we didn't have a dryer back in those days.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So my mother couldn't do 2 flights of stairs. My grandmother was old; she couldn't even do 1 very well.
Neither could
So I
Jack.
was stuck with this laundry detail. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to go down to the basement, hang the clothes, and then take them down. You know the deal. And I went down the basement one day. We had been living there maybe 3 weeks. And I saw this lady in the back of the basement. And she was one of the scariest looking people I've ever seen. Maybe it's because I'd never seen a ghost before that day. a real, full-blown
Right?
apparition that looked like flesh. She didn't look like a shadow. She looked real. It looked like a real flesh and blood woman.
That's scary.
Her skin was a little gray, but I mean, other than that, she looked pretty real.
Right.
But I knew in my heart that she wasn't real because she wasn't moving normally. She was like, I can't explain it to you. She's like here one minute and then she's over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wasn't like walking like normal people.
Like witchy looking. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what is that? I got scared to death. I run upstairs. I tell my grandmother there's a lady in the basement.
Yeah.
My grandmother says, honey, there's nobody in. I said, I'm telling you, there's a lady in the basement. So she comes down the stairs, which takes her, about 5 minutes for her to get down the stairs. And she's really mad because there's nobody in the basement now.
Oh, wow.
She goes back upstairs and she says to me, listen, it's a new house, it's dark down there, you're afraid, you're hallucinating. Go get the clothes.
Right.
It'll be okay. So I go down and there's sheets on the line.
Oh,
I
man.
start taking the sheet down and all of a sudden, the sheet comes off the line by itself, wraps around me like
No
a taco.
sheet. Yeah.
And somebody literally picked me up and then let me go and dropped me on the floor.
I was going to say, give me
I
a
smashed
sign.
my elbow. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. My grandmother came downstairs again. I was fighting my way out of the sheet. And she's like, what are you doing? What am I doing? Look what I'm doing. I didn't do this to myself.
That scare you? That'd be a little scary.
Oh, hell yeah.
You must have looked forward to
Hell,
laundry day.
That was my scariest moment ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, I mean,
Ever.
God.
That woman.
I saw my pants.
What was that?
I don't know. Skype.
Mark's got Ebola.
Skype, I think. I don't know. So old?
Is someone passing gas there? What was that?
Mark's got Ebola.
I don't know. Why not? No, Ebola. No, nobody's passing.
How do you say that? Ebola?
Yeah.
Ebola.
No, somebody called in and
That's
played a
what I'm
sound
saying.
effect, and that was one of our listeners that had a sound effect, and I don't know what that was all about, but I shut him off. I'm sorry, he's gone. I kicked him off.
Must have been me.
Yeah.
It sounded like, I don't understand what that sounded like, but anyway.
Yeah, I know. He said I'm scared, and
pretty
it made
strange.
that noise.
So you must have looked
Yeah.
forward to laundry
But-
day, huh?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
No, but it didn't end. It didn't end there. Anytime I would go down there, it was one thing after the other, after the other, after the other.
Goodness.
Were they in the
And,
rest of the house too?
My parents, my parents, my grandma, they called everybody. They even had my Aunt Charlotte. I mean, they brought in every clergyman you can think of.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the rabbi there. We had, my mother's boyfriend was Cuban. He showed up with the Catholic priest.
Oh wow.
Nice.
We had everybody. My Aunt Charlotte brought her Lutheran minister.
At least they believed
Okay.
you, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Gotta love the family.
What did they do? Did they just come to pacify you? Most of the time, that's why those things fail.
Yeah.
People always say, well, the priest came and brought the house and it didn't work. Well, that's because either what you had there is not evil, or the priest didn't believe it in the first place, and you can't fight what you don't believe in.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem. They do it 9 times out of 10 just to pacify the person. They figure, oh, it's all in their mind. Once I bless the house, they'll feel better and it will go away, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't go away, and then the person's like, what do we do now? You know? So, but we went through all that. Nothing helped. Nothing worked. And the rabbi finally said to my mother, he said, what you have here is not some horrendous thing of hell or anything like that. He said, you've got an angry human ghost here.
Wow.
Very angry.
Yeah.
And she has resentment. She resents your daughter. She resents any woman of any age, because I was older by then, you know.
Yeah.
By the time I was 14, she took me down the stairs for the last time. I got furiously angry, and my teenage hormones kicked in, and I faced off with her. And I went and I got my hands on everything I could find to learn everything I could. And I was a dancer, by the way. I was a professional ballerina for many years. And when I was younger, you know, I danced from the time I was young. I had one of the old-fashioned, I don't know how old you guys are. Remember the old cassette tape recorders, the one that was like the size of a shoebox?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
with the big buttons.
Yeah.
You remember those things?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I had one of those. I used to take my dance music. I took it to the basement, and I turned it on, and I talked to her, and she talked back to me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, that was the first EVP of my life.
You're like
And you
a
know what I did?
pioneer. Yeah. When was that?
I hit that stop button, and I ran upstairs faster than you could say lickety split. I was out of there.
When
I
was that?
like, just the shock, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
shock of it.
Oh, yeah. What decade was that? When was that?
1974.
Wow. She's a pioneer.
I was not ready yet for that.
No. Yeah.
By 1976, I was a pro at it, but in 1974, I was 16 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
I was like, seriously? No. This is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
Because you see, before I had seen her, I'd been attacked by her, I'd heard her, but when I had her on a tape recorder, she became even, what's the word for it? She became undeniably real.
Right.
Because anything you create in your mind cannot respond to you that way. So
Yeah.
that was just like a big validation of everything I already knew.
Yeah.
And part of it made me feel even more hopeless. It's a hopelessness. But then part of me was like, wait a minute. You know, no, if I can talk to her, if I can communicate with her, I can win the day. I just got to find out what her problem is. And I'll tell you something, by the time I moved out of the house, I was 19, and she told me on a Ouija board, which I tell everybody not to use because people get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, we
She
love
told me the first and she told me the first and last name of the man I would marry that I hadn't even met yet.
Oh, wow.
I wrote the name down, and when I met him, I almost fell over.
Did you marry him?
So I made friends with her, but it wasn't easy. She was furious, she was angry, she was miserable.
Wow.
She was one of the most miserable people I've ever met, and I understand why. Her life was horrible. Her death was horrible.
Yeah.
Her father was horrible. What he did afterwards was horrible. You know?
Yeah,
She
it's
lied
horrible.
to people about her death.
Yeah.
So she didn't like you because you had a good life.
Yeah. She's envious, jealous.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of reasons why she didn't like me. She had a really hard way to go. You know, this poor woman, you know, her life was one of those whatever can go wrong will.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
she was not an attractive woman. In the day that she lived, back in the days, that house was only one story. It was one story and a garage. Not a garage, I'm sorry, a basement. And her father had actually a store there. He used to make wine.
Yeah.
And he came from Italy. That's what he did. That was his thing. He had a wine cellar down there. And he had a little store, you know, he sold things from Italy and he sold wine and what have you. But back in those days, women got married very young. If you were 19, 20 years old and you weren't married, you were an old maid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
This woman was 25, and she wasn't married.
Well, she was ugly,
She
right?
was not, yes, she was. I didn't want to say that, but you picked that up.
But she was a nice
Yeah.
girl.
Good personality. No, not even. She was ugly with a bad personality.
she was
He
grouchy.
picked that up right away. She was ugly. I was trying not to say that, see?
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay.
But
He says it like it
she
is.
finally
Yeah.
did. Her father found somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then at the last minute,
A blind
he stood
man.
up at the altar.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
He didn't show up for the wedding.
Oh.
Oh.
He ran.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly.
Ah.
Be careful. You never know who's listening.
No, that's terrible. She fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Yeah, this house is,
She did.
this house
I didn't think she scared me so bad.
is, this house is filled with ghosts. I'm not worried about ghosts.
We're in
here.
a haunted mansion here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place is haunted. It's crazy.
And
yeah?
I go to bed at night. I go to bed at night now. There's
It's busy.
I just crossed over 4 of them, and now there's some new ones here. I'm hearing walking in the attic. I'm hearing talking in the attic. So
Right?
I'm just kind of getting to know these ones before
Yeah.
I cross them over
It
too.
gets busy.
You know what's funny? You're talking about new ones there. I don't know if you know about this, but I want to see if you do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a landlord. I have rental places, okay?
Yeah,
I have 3 of them.
okay,
When a house sits empty, if a house sits vacant and it sits empty for any length of time, it gets squatters. I'm talking spirit squatters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
serious?
Yeah,
You do
I
know
agree
about
with
it.
that.
Okay.
Really?
So if I have a house that sits for 6 months, I have to cleanse it before I can have anybody
Wow.
use it.
Yeah, I agree with
Why,
that.
wait a minute, why? Why does this happen?
It just
Because I don't know what. I don't know if it's like they come along and go, oh look, an empty house, let's move in.
You know
yeah.
what, just like
You know
when,
what I mean? I call them spirit squatters.
probably just like when they were
The house is
alive,
empty
you
for a
know?
while,
Yeah.
they just make themselves at home.
When they were a human body, human shit, that's probably the same way they would have been back then. Wow,
Oh,
that's
no,
really
it's-
interesting.
Like, maybe
got
they-
it. You
maybe-
got it.
Wow.
You-
Maybe they have
that's
a
what I think.
feeling
I agree with you.
that they need shelter, but they
I
really
just wanted
don't.
to see if you ever encountered that.
Yep,
Have you? See, I haven't.
I have. In here I did. This place was vacant for 10 years before I moved in. And it was
Well,
like,
oh God, you probably had a whole
So,
yeah, well, this whole land is haunted. I got
Well,
Native American outside. There was a lot of history
I
in
don't
the
know if you
mansion
say
across
haunted,
the street.
but yeah, it's active.
It's haunted.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I mean, look at the EVPs we got here, and
a
it's
lot.
like, and
yeah.
then
We do get a lot of BBPs.
now it's like I've got
I
new
went over, I
ghosts.
was renovating. I went and I was doing renovation. We have a mobile home. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, because I don't know if you have them up there.
Yeah, we
But
do.
anyway,
We
I have a
farms,
mobile
yeah.
home. One of my rentals is a mobile home.
Yeah.
And the guy that had lived there really trashed it. I mean, they destroyed it. So we had to do a lot of renovation. So my husband and his father had been working renovations, and then Sean, who is my tech man on my team,
Yeah.
Sean and I went over there. He was going to help me paint. So we're painting, and somebody's taking off with our stuff. And he says to me, all right, that's the third thing I laid down that somebody took, and I can't find it. And this is only a 4-room place. Where did it go? And good question. Then we find it in the yard, okay? So he goes to his truck because he's Johnny on the spot prepared. And he comes back with his digital recorder. Because he's Sean, you know, he always has one.
Yeah.
He turns it on, right? And we're messing around with them. And I was trying to be nice.
Right.
And I said, oh, what's your name, blah, blah, blah. And they were being really mean and really nasty. And they asked me for the former tenant. They were like, where's Jimmy? And I'm like, Jimmy went to with his mom. He's not here anymore. If you're looking for Jimmy, you're in the wrong place. So she cursed at me. She told me to get out of my own house. She was being really nasty. And she had some guy there with her who had like some kind of speech impediment. He was like really weird. Or he was trying to sound really scary. I'm not sure.
Right.
But it wasn't working. So I was being nice because I try to be nice. And I said, I'm going to tell you a joke, blah, blah, blah. So I tell them a joke.
Right.
They didn't like it. And it was this joke. You probably heard this joke. I told them the joke about the burglar with the parrot and the Rottweiler.
No, tell
Oh,
us.
what is it?
I'm sure
No.
you've never heard. It's a very common one. It's not the burglar. He breaks into the house.
Yeah.
And there's a voice, and it keeps saying, God is watching you. God is watching you. And he's looking around. He's like, who's talking? Then finally he finds a parrot. Okay. And he starts laughing. He goes, oh, it's true. That's close. He says, oh, look at you. What's your name? And the parrot says, Moses. And he says, who names their parrot Moses? What an idiot. And the parrot says, the same guy who named his Rottweiler God. Turn around. And then the dog is there, They didn't think so. They did not think so.
Oh.
They did not think it was funny. She was mad. She was like, oh, you think you're funny, don't you?
Yeah.
And the man,
Yeah.
the guy there was going, they're not scared. They're not, he was saying scared. They're not scared. They're not scared. No, we're not scared, and you need to go. So we have to run him out of there.
Did they go?
And that's not the first time.
Wow.
Did they
Any
go?
house that sits empty,
Oh yeah.
they left.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, I was living, before I lived here, I was living on a one that we were doing a flip on in Arlington Street, and there was an old woman there that was like yelling at me as I was ripping the kitchen out.
Didn't like it, huh? Yeah.
No, and then there was a young boy
Oh,
there,
no.
like a in his 20s, and there was another kid there.
Right.
And I've had psychics confirm all this stuff without me saying a thing about it. And so as I was ripping the kitchen out, I kept telling her, I'm like, shut up, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be nice when it's done. And then when it was done, she loved it. I mean, at 2 in the morning, I hear like cans and stuff clanking
But in
around.
the meantime, they have a fit over it.
Oh yeah, she was freaking out when I ripped the kitchen out. I'm like, it looks like shit. It's a mess in here. Oh, sorry.
All right. Hey, Laurie
And
Champion,
you
now,
know,
we're just about running out of time, so if you could give our listeners your website and a way to
oh
get in
yeah,
touch
well
with
my
you would be
website is
awesome.
down. They're doing maintenance right now, but I'll give it to you.
Okay, all right,
The easiest way to find it,
okay,
because it's a long address. Just go to any search like Google, you know, whatever you use, whatever your search engine.
okay,
Put in the word hostile, like a hostile person.
yeah,
Hostile haunts specialist, and I'll be the first one at the top of the page.
okay,
It'll say home, Pinellas Pasco.
okay,
All you
perfect.
have to do is put in hostile haunts,
All right, sounds
or
perfect.
my name, Lori Champion Paranormal, no matter what you put in. I've been around for so long,
Yeah.
I'm easy to find.
Are you on Facebook?
That's the only good part about being old, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I put up a thing on Facebook telling everybody about the show
All
tonight.
right, Laurie
Oh,
Champion.
cool.
Right, that's perfect. Thank you.
90 seconds.
Oh,
Thank you so much for calling into Everything Paranormal, Laurie Champion. It's been a great time. Thank you so much. You have a great
It's
night.
been a great time.
All right,
Yeah.
let's give it up for Laurie, huh?
good job, Laurie.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Have a good night. All right, Jeff, what do you think? We had a couple of great guests tonight.
Yeah, a couple of snafus at the beginning, but we got past it.
Well, we did. We started late again, and we're sorry.
60 seconds.
We have it all. We have it all
60
figured
seconds.
out. We have it all figured out. Quick plug for your website is,
Blog lady's gonna shut us off. Angelsguide.org.
and okay, and
That's easy to remember.
check out Real Ghost Hunting Tours in downtown Salem, Massachusetts. WhitCityGhost.com. I am Mark,
I'm Jeff.
and we'll see you guys next week. And we will have all of our audio technical difficulties all set.
Yeah.
You have
see
a
you
great
next
week. Happy hunting. We'll see you later. Don't you forget to check us out. DTMWickedRadio.com, Saturdays, 9 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. That's PM. And on Ustream.com. We will see ya.